I'm home.
Welcome back. You are sighing. Is there something bothering you?
Things are getting more and more expensive. Even milk. I used to be able to buy it for around 200 yen per pack, but now it's 240 yen.
Really? Oh my goodness. Oh? Did you buy a chocolate pie too? You love it, don't you?
Yes. Oh, I saw an interesting pop ad at the supermarket today. It says, "We can't afford to lose to the cost increase." It seems that this chocolate pie conduct will not rise the price after October 2022.
The supermarket is fighting the price surge.
Not just this store. Supermarkets and food manufacturers are doing their best not to affect consumers as much as possible. Today, let me introduce you to how the price increase affects my lifestyle. This is the latest consumer price index. The index is 103.7 with 2020 as 100. Compared to the same month last year, it increased by 3.7%. This is the 14th consecutive month of the price increase. It is the fastest rate increase in 40 years since the 1982 oil crisis. The main reason is the high price of resources due to Russia's invasion of Ukraine.
So many countries are affected, right? I wish the war will end soon.
I totally agree with you. For the good of humanity and the economy, I wish the war will end as soon as possible. Furthermore, in the case of Japan, the Japan's currency, yen, has depreciated to an unprecedented degree.
You mean...
The depreciation of the yen, or weaker yen, means that the value of the yen is relatively low compared to other countries. The weaker yen makes imports more expensive.
Prices are high, and in addition to the weaker yen, it's a double whammy.
Yes. I think the problem is that the prices of things that are essential to our lives, such as food, electricity, and gas, are rising. The milk I bought today is affected by the soaring food prices for cows.
Cow's food is imported from overseas, right?
Yes, in addition to cow feed, the price of milk packages and transportation costs have also risen. According to a survey by the Ministry of Internal Affairs and Communications, 88% of food items have risen in price. The increase rate of food items is 5.9%. In terms of energy, electricity increased by 20.9% and gas by 26.8%.
What should I do? Will prices continue to rise? What will happen to our lives?
Needless to say, the government and administration are also working out countermeasures. For instance, look at this.
It says, Notice of Sapporo City water charges.
This is a water bill for our house. Here is the invoice for July.
Well, the bill amount is written as 4,224 yen.
Yup. And here is my bill for November.
The bill amount is 1,320 yen? Wow, it's getting cheaper. Good for you. But why? Didn't you take bath?
No way! This is a measure taken by Sapporo City to lighten the burden on students. It's true that cheaper water prices make our lives easier in the short term. But The source of the money used for this ad is our tax money. By the way, Sapporo City has put forward its bid to host the 2030 Winter Olympics. It's a bit of a sensitive topic, but it seems that some people believe that tax money should be used to reduce the burden on our lives and protect our livelihoods, rather than spending money on the Olympics.
I see. Sapporo City needs a huge amount of tax just for snow removal expenses.
Recently, the government submitted a supplementary budget of about 29 trillion yen to recover the economy.
What is a supplementary budget?
A supplementary budget is a budget designed to change the contents of the main budget when it becomes difficult to execute the original budget due to reasons that occurred after the original budget is enacted.
Does that mean that the government needed more budget than planned?
That's right. The breakdown includes measures to reduce the burden on electricity and gas charges and gasoline cost. The government has announced that it will provide subsidies to electric power and city gas companies from January next year to reduce household electricity bills by about 20% and gas bills by about 10%. In addition, the supplementary budget includes vaccine measures and payments to pregnant women.
What? Can I get paid if I get pregnant?
Well, it's only for women. You are a boy. You are never human to begin with. When giving birth, we are paid 100,000 yen for now. This is a countermeasure against the decreasing birth rate. In the long run, it will be difficult for economic growth if the number of children does not increase. Anyway, these livelihood support measures are expected to reduce the total burden on households by about 55,000 yen from January to September next year.
I feel relieved.
However, for this supplementary budget, 22 trillion yen out of 29 trillion yen has to be issued as additional government bonds.
What do you mean?
In other words, 80% of the supplementary budget is covered by debt.
This means that the future burden will increase?
I'm afraid so. Therefore, we must overcome this crisis shortly. Now, Piko, what do you think about this matter?
Oh, high prices make our life difficult.
And
A trade deficit is due to the weakening of the yen.
aside from that,
The future burden will increase by injecting a lot of tax.
that's right.
Are there more?
There is. The biggest problem is that our salaries hasn't increased.
Oh, I didn't come up with that. Even if prices go up or taxes go up, as long as our income goes up, it would not a problem, right?
Exactly. Look at this graph. This is a graph about the average annual income of Japanese, made based on the data of the National Tax Agency.
The average annual income of Japanese has been steadily declining.
Unfortunately, yes. However, during this period, deflation continued. In other words, prices did not rise, so there was no significant damage to our lives.
What about the world?
Good question. This is a graph of GDP. Looking at the comparison of inflation rates in several countries, most of the countries have achieved growth of 2% or more, although Japan, has not been able to grow at an annual rate of 1%. Until about 2000, people overseas often said that they couldn't go to Japan because of the high cost of living. However, few people say such things anymore now. Before the pandemic, Japan had become a popular travel destination not only for people from Europe, the United States, China, and South Korea, but also for people from Thailand and Indonesia. This is because while other countries have become economically prosperous, only Japan's prices have hardly changed from 30 years ago.
I didn't want to know this reality.
I understand how you feel. And the sudden rise in prices since the beginning of this year is tormenting us. What worries me the most is the talented young people who go abroad. Recently, an increasing number of influencers have said, "Let's leave Japan and work overseas where the salary is good." I think it is good for young people to study and work abroad. I also studied abroad when I was a student. It was a very good experience. However, if young people are disappointed with the current situation in Japan and go abroad with a sense of pessimism about the future, I think it is a very sad way of thinking.
That sounds terrible.
It's important to face the reality, but it's no good if you are too pessimistic. Okay, let's eat roll cake together for change. Likely the price of this roll cake has not increased. It's always affordable. Oh?
What happened?
Only 4 slices. Originally, this product contained 5 slices per pack.
That means that the price is the same, but 1 slice is missing.
It's over. I feel betrayed by this roll cake. I believed that only this cake would not betray me.
Too pessimistic. It cannot be helped. Well, these are 4 slices. We can divide them, so let's eat 2 pieces each.
2 pieces each? What are you saying? Eat 1 piece in half.
What are you supposed to do with the rest of the 3 pieces?
For 1 piece, I will cut in half and eat it with you tomorrow. Freeze the rest 2 pieces and eat them in small portions.
You were too stingy!